It started with a humming, not a song, not a melody, just humming, low and tuneless, like someone thinking to themselves in another room, but there was no one else in the house. Emily Parker was 17 and spending the weekend alone for the first time. Her parents had left for a wedding in Vermont, and their remote cabin in the woods of Maine seemed safe enough. She knew the land, the creaky floorboards, the sound of the wind cutting through the trees. She wasn't afraid of being alone until the humming came. It was the second night when she heard it, just after midnight. She had been lying in bed reading, the only light in the room coming from a small lamp by the window. At first, she thought it was the wind catching the old screen door. But as she held her breath to listen, she realized it was coming from inside, the hallway. She froze. No footsteps. Just that soft, vibrating hum, as if someone was standing just outside her door. She tiptoed to it and swung it open. Empty. The hallway was dim and quiet. Her eyes scanned the shadows. Nothing. She didn't sleep that night. The next day, Emily tried to rationalize it. Maybe she imagined it. Maybe the wind caught a loose beam and produced sound. She spent most of the day outside, avoiding the house, not telling her parents when they called, afraid she'd sound paranoid. That evening, as the sun dipped below the tree line and the house darkened once more, she locked all the doors and checked every window twice. But it didn't matter, because this time the humming didn't start until she was in the shower. She froze mid-rinse, heart slamming against her ribs. It was unmistakable. Somewhere just outside the bathroom door, the same low, tuneless hum vibrated through the wood. She turned off the water and held her breath. Then it stopped. Dripping wet and terrified, she wrapped herself in a towel, opened the door. Nothing. But the hallway smelled faintly like dirt. Fresh, damp earth, like someone had tracked it in. But the floor was clean. She dressed and searched the house. Nothing was out of place. But when she walked past the kitchen window, she noticed something strange. Footprints. On the back porch, faint but visible in the soft layer of pine dust. Barefoot and facing the door. She called her parents, trying not to panic. Her father told her to call the sheriff immediately. Sheriff Howard arrived just before 11 p.m. He checked the property, walked the perimeter, looked at the footprints, and wrote it off as an animal. Sometimes a raccoon or strayed dog can leave a mess like that, he said. But Emily knew what she saw. Those were feet, human, and the humming. She mentioned the noise. Howard just frowned. You sure it wasn't the plumbing? This old place creaks like hell. You spend enough time alone, and the mind starts playing games. That night, Emily slept with a kitchen knife under her pillow. She woke up at 3:07 a.m. to silence. Not the soft hum of crickets or the wind through the trees, just complete, unnatural quiet. And then, the front door creaked open. She froze. There was no mistaking it. She had locked it herself. She heard it open slowly. The long moan of the hinge, the subtle shift of air. The floorboards creaked. Footsteps, slow, heavy, inside. She grabbed the knife, hands trembling. Her bedroom door didn't have a lock. She pushed her dresser in front of it as quietly as she could. Then she heard it. The humming, closer now, coming from the hallway, louder, as if whoever was doing it wanted her to know they were there. She dialed 911, whispering into the phone. The operator stayed with her as the humming stopped, just outside her room. The silence stretched for minutes. Then came a soft tap on the door. 3 knocks. Emily didn't respond. The operator whispered to stay quiet. Then, nothing. For hours. When the sheriff arrived, the door was ajar. The footprints were back, this time inside the house. They led down the hallway and stopped at her bedroom door. No prints led back out. The house was empty. That was in 1997. Emily never returned to the cabin. Her parents sold it the following year. Local police never found the intruder. No arrests, no suspects. Just an open case file. And one piece of evidence they never explained. A note left on the kitchen table. 6 words written in red crayon. You heard me. I saw you.